Hello guys, and we have here the Crystal Beast deck featuring pendulums. So let me just talk real quick about the deck and how it works overall. And the pendulums, at its very best, you get a Carbuncle before you even Carbuncle, and so that's really nice. And you can just make a whole bunch of different plays off of that. At its worst, you can, instead of normal summoning Pegasus or any of your other monsters, you can special summon them, and then maybe you're able to later draw into the right cards for you to then go for a Summon a Monk because you were able to then normal summon in it, or maybe just some other plays because you were able to get off that special summon and not use that normal summon. The other thing is that Autos is perfect for making Draco Sack and Big Eyes, so you then have rank 7 plays if you can get the 2 Autos to your hand, so that can be a little bit troublesome. And yet, as far as Crystal Beasts go in general, it can be a little bit cloggy because there's a lot of cards that require 2 Crystal Beasts in the Spell and Trap card zone, such as Rare Value and Crystal Beacon, and so that can be really annoying when you don't have those 2. And as far as the deck goes, it likes to make Lightning Todori, because Lightning Todori just returns 2 cards. And I have also found that Heartland Draco is just the ultimate stall power with this deck because they can't attack into it, and you could possibly get 2 free attacks, especially if you have Royal Decree for 4,000, and your opponent just won't be able to attack into Heartland Draco because you have your face-up spell card. And now I'm thinking about putting this in my Relinquish deck because I run Kaiser, and Heartland Draco plus Kaiser just sounds painful. And so that's pretty much how the deck works. And let me just go in and describe each of the effects. Odd Eyes, this is the searcher for your 2 pendulum monsters. I normally like to search out Time Gazer, this guy here first, because he requires no monsters to activate this card, so I like to get him pretty quickly, so that way I can activate him quickly. And besides that, any damage this guy deals to your opponent is doubled, so that can be really nice. He also has some other effect, what is you take no damage from attacks involving a pendulum monster you control. So that's really a good effect. And then you have Stargazer Magician. Both of these guys you can get from the structure deck or the starter deck for pendulums, and this guy comes in Duelist Alliance. This guy, he's just here for the extra pendulum zone, and your opponent, when a pendulum monster you control attacks or is attacked, your opponent cannot activate spell cards until the end of the damage step. So that's really nice. His monster effect, it doesn't really matter. We never summon him. You don't want to summon him. You want to keep him in your hand. And then let's just go to the other pendulum guy. Again, you must control no monsters activate this card, and your opponent cannot activate traps. This is if Odd Eyes, who would be the only pendulum monster were to attack, your opponent cannot activate traps. And the pendulum skills become 4 if you do not have Odd Eyes or the other one in there, so that's key to note. And now into the actual Crystal Beast, you have Pegasus, who puts a Crystal Beast from your deck into the Spell and Trap card zone, so he is pretty much a searcher of the deck. You have one Cobalt Eagle. His effect doesn't really matter, he's just a wind monster, so you can go for Lightning Todori with him. Summon a Monk, he's how we get out Pegasus, because Pegasus just has to be summoned in order to use his effect, so you use him to get out Pegasus and then possibly make rank 4 plays. Yet the deck doesn't require you to make rank 4 plays very quickly in the game, so you can just sit on Summon a Monk if you want to. And then you have Amethyst Cat. This little guy is a level 3, so rank 3s become very big with him. Yet what I like about him is that he just allows for that direct attack, so even when you are in a pickle, you can still get in for that quick 600, and that's pretty much the effect. When they're all destroyed, they go to the Spell and Trap card zone. We have Gramble, because I've kind of fallen in love with this guy. He gets past pretty much everything except Harmades, and he's just really nice. You have Carbuncle here. This is the guy that really does everything for Crystal Beasts, because when he is special summoned, you can special summon all the Crystal Beasts in your Spell and Trap card zone. So that means that you just suddenly gain a lot of monsters, and you use this card to pull them out. Crystal Promise, target 1 Crystal Beast card in your Spell and Trap card zone, special summon it. And then there's Ayer's Rock Sunrise. If you run one of these, you can use it to special summon Pegasus from the grave. So if you made an XC with Pegasus and Pegasus is in the graveyard, so you can special summon Pegasus from the graveyard using this card. And then one Dark Hole, because I felt that this deck it can be real coggy, and so sometimes just getting rid of all of your opponent's monsters can be really nice to have. We have value, which is pretty much a pot of greed, except your opponent gets to choose which card to get rid of in your spell and trap card zone. So what I like to do is I like to get 2 of the same, so I get 2 Carbuncles, which isn't the worst thing, or maybe just get something that's really small, but you need 2, and so most of the time I have a Carbuncle there, so I just go for a Carbuncle. And then you have the triple upstart. I thought you could use Supply Squad with this deck, and I feel in real life the ruling should be with Supply Squad that you can, because the effects read if this face-up card is destroyed, and Supply Squad reads when a monster is destroyed. So I feel like Supply Squad and Pegasus and all the Crystal Beasts should chain. But yet for some reason when I was using Supply Squad it wouldn't work, so instead we have to use the triple upstart. Yet if you want to build this deck in real life, I would suggest you using Supply Squad, because it doesn't require to hit the grave, it doesn't require to do anything, it just has to be destroyed. And I feel these cards are still considered being destroyed. If there is a ruling with that, because I am really new with Crystal Beasts, tell me in the comments section below if there is a rule where Crystal Beasts are not considered to be destroyed. And then Crystal Beacon, this is another one that requires you have 2 or more Crystal Beast cards, which is really annoying because it gets coggy in the very beginning of the game, where you can just special summon another Crystal Beast, which means that you can make Lightning Chidori even a little bit faster, or maybe just some rank 4 play. So we have 2 of them. 2 dualities, because this deck does like to special summon, especially with seeing how if you do get the scale and you have an Odd Eyes, you pretty much want to get out Odd Eyes every single turn, just complete cycling like that. So part of duality can get a little bit cloggy, yet you can discard it for Summoner Evolution, so it's not that bad. And then you have Crystal Tree. This is another searcher, and you can send this guy to the graveyard to put as many Crystal Beasts in your spell and trap card zone as that have been sent there while this card was face up. It's a really weird effect, and I found out that if you only have 2 zones left, oh no, if you only have 1 zone left and this guy has 2 counters, you cannot send it to the graveyard for some strange reason, which is really sad. Be it you can then quickly get you can quickly dex in with this guy and then be able to make some really amazing plays. And then Compulse and Solemn to get rid of your punished monsters, and War Decree, just because it just requires that one spell and trap card zone, and then your opponent, all your plays are just made really easily. So you don't have to worry about anything from your opponent, especially with Grand Mole. Like, it's really nice to have War Decree and a Grand Mole, because then your opponent just loses a monster. It doesn't matter what it is, unless they would have Book of Moon, of course. But not a lot of people are playing Book of Moon. One other thing to note, you cannot drop the Pendulum monsters for Summoner Monk, which is really sad. Now, as for the extra deck, this is all XZs. Dracosack and Big Eye are rank 7s. I've only pulled out Dracosack once, yet there's been times where if I just got that extra Odd Eyes, I could have gone for a Big Eye. Dark Rebellion, he can be pretty much our person that has really high attack. Yet, yeah, he's the one with the most attack, I believe, in this deck. Ragnar Zero, because she's really amazing. Black Sugar Corn for Fire and Ice Hand, which I would recommend running with this deck, because it can help ranking rank 4s if it wasn't for the Pendulums. And if you want, you could take out like Pot of Duality and the Grand Mole and just a variety of other cards, like the Amethyst Cat. Like, that's not really necessary. I'd keep at least 1. But you could easily put in Fire and Ice Hand if you just took out the right cards. 101. Because I'm still trying to decide if I want to run a Rank Up Magic so I can make 3-1-1. It's still really good. It's still really good by itself though. And then you have Heartland Draco, which again, it's really great stall because if you have a face-up Crystal Beast monster, your opponent cannot target this card for attack. So it's pretty much just amazing. And then you detach 1 to attack directly for that turn, and so you get in that. You can get 4,000 life points away from your opponent real easily. Castell, who is pretty much better than 101 because he returns it to the deck, which can in certain situations be worse, but yet at the same time it can be better because it doesn't target a special summon monster, just target one face-up target on the field. I thought it was a monster. Nope, it's one face-up card on the field. Shuffle that target into the deck. Diamond Direwolf, he works really well because this deck actually has Beast and Wing Beast monsters, so you don't have to get rid of himself, but most of the time if you kind of go for him, you will. So if your opponent has any annoying back row, this guy can take care of it. And then you have Lightning Chidori, 2 of them, because this guy can get rid of 1 set card, and then reset your opponent's draw by returning a face-up card on the field to the top of the deck. And so unless it's a XD monster or a Synchro monster, but opponent will lose that draw, so you will be able to easily get in a variety of plays. And then you have Dire Gust or Emerald. He allows for Street Cycling, especially when you do use Odd Eyes for a Draco sack. You can then return them and allow for even more drama. Abyss Druid, another way to get past Fire and Ice Hand or even Shaddolls. And then you have Alucard and Mech-Quip. I love Mech-Quip because he protects everything, so he's really nice, and especially when you're using Odd Eyes, and Odd Eyes would just come back every turn. Mech-Quip is really nice to have. Oh, stay there, Odd Eyes, Mech-Quip. No, get. Yeah, there we go. That is the deck, and hopefully you guys enjoy this deck. It is very interesting. I mean, the deck alone, I feel Crystal Beasts, they're still very good in the game. I mean, they can. It's not that they don't need XZ summon, so they can play around Shaddolls, but they like to XZ summon, so they can trigger Shadoll Fusion and allow for Nephilim or some really painful cards to come out real early. Yet Midrash wouldn't be that horrible card, mainly because if you're maining Grandmal, then Midrash and Shaddolls, they have a problem to face, be it because of the fact that they can get that one special summon where they get a lot of monsters from either their hand, using the Time Gazes and the scale, the pendulum scale, or just from the Spell and Trap Card Zone by using Carbuncle. Wait, no, you have to special summon, so no, actually it wouldn't work, because you'd special summon Carbuncle and then it would affect when it would take place if Midrash was on the field. So no, Shaddolls could really be a pain to them if they didn't, be it they can play around them. Clofos, I feel, just absolutely wrecks them unless they were able to get off real early. And definitely the pendulums can be a little bit cloggy. Like, sometimes you get too many of these guys and you don't need them. You really only need one of each. But then at that point, you just never see them. And really what kills this deck is that you can't run Supply Squad with it. That's what kills the deck. If you could run Supply Squad, then you'd have all the draw power you'd need and it would be really nice. But I feel like this deck is tier 2. I feel maybe tier 3, but I feel like this deck is actually pretty good because it can just make rank 4s and rank 3s pretty easily, and can just get out a whole bunch of monsters really easily, and that can just power over a lot of different decks. And this deck is an old, yet it's a favorite of a lot of other ones, and it's one of those decks that I think could just easily put in the pendulum. There aren't many decks that I thought would easily be able to run pendulums. I thought Adulterates would be able to, but I never seem to get that to work. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck. Please check out the links in the description below, and the links that will be appearing over here when I am done talking. See you guys later. Bye. Hey, if you could click on the links and on the annotation to see the duel with this deck or some of my other videos, that would really help. And check out the links in the description to watch some of me and my friends' videos, and even something that could help make this deck a reality for you. See you guys later. Bye.